Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we are making AMATRICIANA. OMG. I mean, this is one of the best tomato pasta dishes made in Italy. And if you do not know what AMATRICIANA is, it is a tomato-based pasta made with beautiful guanciale, which is the pork cheek. And on this video, I'm going to show you an authentic AMATRICIANA dish, because this dish cannot be found anywhere in South Africa. If you go to an Italian restaurant and ask them for AMATRICIANA, they immediately know that you visited Italy, because you will never find it on the menu here in South Africa, and it's because people do not request it if they do not know what is AMATRICIANA. But today I'm going to show you how easy it is to make at home, and just with a few steps, few ingredients, you can make the most delicious, esquisito AMATRICIANA tomato-based pasta with beautiful pork and beautiful Italian cheese made the right way. So let's get to it. The ingredients you need today to get that flavor profile is really simple, but obviously of high quality. It's so important to source the most highest quality ingredients for your dishes, because it really takes it up a notch. I mean, a tomato sauce for Italian pasta is not a basic tomato. You need proper Italian tomatoes, and if you can get your hands on San Marzano, which is beautiful tomatoes from Naples, then you are going to have the best tasting tomato pasta ever. I mean, it all comes down to that quality of the tomato. And today we have some imported Italian diced tomatoes, which can be found here in South Africa. Fiamma, and it's a Vesuviana, which I guess is from the volcano name Vesuvius. So this probably comes from the city of Naples. And as you can see, there's Italian flags all over this, and you have the imported from Italy. But if you cannot source this type of tomatoes, then by all means use your diced canned tomatoes that you find in your supermarket, because you can still take it up a notch with a few spices and a few ingredients. The next main ingredient we need is obviously cheese. Now, in my last video I used beautiful Parmigiano Reggiano Parmesan cheese, but I also use Pecorino Romano, which is beautiful Italian hard cheese made from sheep's milk. Man, that mature cheese smell, it is unbelievable. Then we need some beautiful pork meat. Now, AMATRICIANA or carbonara cannot be called carbonara or AMATRICIANA without the pork bits. I mean, we're talking about guanciale, which is the pork cheek, which is the preferred type of meat used. If you cannot find guanciale, which is a difficult meat to find, then by all means use pancetta. If pancetta is still a problem, then you can use beautiful bacon bits that are already chopped out that you can find in your supermarket. So guanciale, pancetta or bacon bits, and you're good to go. The next and the most important ingredient is obviously the pasta. It's so important to find high quality dried pasta. In my carbonara video, I spoke about Rumo pasta, which is very popular here in South Africa as well, that you can source in your supermarkets. This is a Granoro brand, which is okay, still a good pasta. But if you can find Rumo, spaghetti or spaghettoni or whatever type of pasta you like, Rumo is of high quality, and you can taste a major difference when it comes to making al dente pasta. Pasta that is obviously made with semolina as the main ingredient, and you'll be on your way. And some basic mise en place I have here is some chili, some garlic that have been chopped up, and some onion. I mean, we need to make a beautiful tomato sauce. We cannot just use the tomato right out of the can. We want to obviously get some flavor in the tomato, and it's so important to use some of the ingredients right here. And this tomato sauce is obviously called a marinara sauce, which is a popular Italian sauce used for pasta, pizza base, and it is so tasty, especially when using proper Italian tomatoes. Man, I wish I had some San Marzano tomatoes today with me, because hands down, best tomatoes in the world. Nothing comes close to those. The reason why San Marzano or any type of tomato that comes from Naples is so tasty and so bright in a red color is because it grows on volcanic soil, because these tomatoes are found on the mountain of Vesuvius, which is the active volcano that destroyed Pompeii thousands of years ago. Very famous site, but also produces the best tomatoes in the world. So enough chit chat. Let's get this beautiful AMATRICIANA made. Firstly, we need to get that pasta cooking. So let's boil some water, get that to a nice boiling point, and throw in some pasta. And then we start with that tomato sauce. So while that is coming up to a boil, let's get that tomato sauce on the road. So really simple. What we want to do is throw in just a tiny bit of olive oil. I'm using cold pressed olive oil, so it has a high smoking point, which means the oil is really hard to burn. This is a perfect oil for sauteing or trying to sear off some meat, and I like to use it for garlic and onions and these kinds of ingredients as the base for my sauce. So just a teeny bit of olive oil goes in. Let's coat that pan. I want to drop this heat to a really medium to low. Let's get that oil nice and hot. So when selecting your canned tomato, it's always best to get diced tomatoes. Now, using whole peeled tomatoes is also possible. However, it takes a really long time to get cooking. So I would say diced tomatoes, you can really reduce that cooking time around 10 minutes, especially for a marinara sauce. So the oil is nice and hot. It's time to add in those onions. Get this cooking. You know, you want that onions to become nice and translucent. A few minutes and we add in that garlic. Once you see those onions absorb all of that oil, you can add in just a teeny bit more of beautiful olive oil. So you never want to add in that garlic first before those onions, because what happens is that garlic tends to burn and you don't want that bitterness of that garlic coming through to your sauce. So start with the onions, let that get a good simmer, let it get a little bit translucent, and then we add in that garlic and that chili for a few minutes, and then we start that beautiful tomato sauce. It's going to be too nice. So as you can see, those onions are getting nice and translucent. Those onions has been sweating out all their juices. It's time to add in the garlic and the chili. Beautiful bird's eye chili in, and that garlic. It's always nice to have your ingredients chopped beforehand, and that is what we call mise en place in French, and that basically means preparation before execution. So get everything chopped beforehand so that when it comes to making a beautiful sauce, then you don't have to start preparing your ingredients, because it's really not efficient. We've got our garlic in, we've got our chili in, and we've got our onions all mixed together. All we want to do is add in, let's say, a teeny bit more olive oil. Now I turned off the stove where the pasta water is boiling, because that pasta takes around 8 to 10 minutes to get al dente, which is a beautiful chewy bite of pasta. Not too soft, not overcooked. You want a chewy bite on that pasta, and that is what we call al dente. So I would leave that for the last 10 minutes. I mean, tomato sauce is going to take about 20 to 25 minutes. So in that last 10 minutes, I would then start with the beautiful pasta. So my onions are looking nice and cooked. It's time to add in the beautiful tomato. Let's open up a proper Italian can of tomatoes. Man, oh man. Let's throw this baby right in there. It smells so sweet. I mean, that's what I love about Italian tomatoes. And look at that color. I mean, Italian tomatoes, they stay red, and that's how you know you have the proper stuff. You give this a mix. Some salt goes in, and some beautiful pepper. If you have oregano or some basil, then you can throw that in. I mean, it's going to just give it a nice fragrant smell, and you cannot go wrong with beautiful basil in a tomato sauce. Once you add in your salt and pepper, let's give it a good mix. I mean, you want to mix this every minute or so you don't get that tomato sticking to the bottom of that pan. Let's turn the heat up to a medium. Okay, as I mentioned, This is going to take around 20 minutes, and you want to pay attention to the tomatoes. The best thing here to have is your own Nana's wooden spoon. And it's also nice to use to scrape off that bottom of that pan. I mean, you get all that onion and stuff causing a little bit of a char at the bottom, and you don't want that. You want to keep scraping off the bottom and letting all of that incorporate in your sauce. Mamma mia! Too nice. You can now throw in the lid on your pot, and I would leave this a little open just to get the steam out, but also to trap a little bit of the steam inside to cook the tomatoes even more faster. So our tomato sauce is looking nice and beautiful. I mean, just look at this, people. It's always important to give it a taste for salt. Woo! Man. Damn. That is good, people. While this is resting for a few minutes, let's get our pasta water, high heat, and what we want to do is salt this water. Grab your spaghetti or spaghettoni, which is the preferred pasta for Amatriciana. This is about 200 to 300 grams. The pasta is going to take around 8 to 10 minutes for al dente, and we want a chewy bite, and that is so important to have an authentic Amatriciana experience at home. So let that sit there for a bit. I can actually move this to my other stove and start with a beautiful pork, because that bacon or guanciale or pancetta takes your Amatriciana to a whole nother level. Trust me, people. So we can turn down that to a medium low. Grab yourself a frying pan, add in just a teeny bit of olive oil. Okay, once that oil is nice and hot, we're going to throw in the beautiful bacon bits. I mean, man, these bacon bits are smoked, so they're going to taste so good in your pasta. Bacon bits goes in. So just spread them around in the pan. You want the bacon to get a little crispy, and that is going to create that beautiful grease inside of that pan, which we're going to incorporate within our pasta. And man, this is going to be so damn tasty. I cannot tell you how much I love pasta after visiting Italy. I mean, the pastas you get here locally, a few of them are nice, but if you want that authentic experience, visit Italy, come back home and make these dishes, because you will love them. Trust me, people. I mean, we have our beautiful marinara sauce, we have our beautiful bacon getting ready, we have our beautiful pasta getting ready right here. It is going to be a feast of Italian. While that pasta is getting ready, while my bacon bits are getting ready, it's time for that secret sauce. And in order to achieve that smooth tomato sauce, we are going to blend this baby up. Yes, people, if you want to have the best tomato sauce after you make your marinara, blend this baby up. So we throw this in our blender. Bacon is looking awesome. I mean, man. So all you want to do is drop off a little bit of that oil. Here's another secret. Take a little bit of that oil and drop it in that tomato sauce. We're just adding flavor, people. Flavor. It's time to blend this baby up. Another ingredient is beautiful white wine. All you want to do is take your white wine, put that in, and let that reduce. This is going to create tons of flavor within that bacon. You cannot go wrong with some beautiful white wine. And this is a beautiful Sauvignon Blanc Reserve 2021. I mean, 2021 in South Africa, one of the best years for our grapes. Okay, while that is reducing, let's turn on that blender. Okay, our tomato sauce is nice and blended. It's time to taste that pasta. That's good. About a minute and we have al dente. That's it. We can now turn off the heat on that pasta. Okay, let that sit there for about a minute. This is nicely reduced. I mean, look at that bacon, people. Man, with that wine in there, god damn. take our tomato sauce and drop this baby right in there. We can now turn off the heat. Okay, we want to be working on no heat here. So we have our tomato in, and we want that to be nicely mixed with that beautiful pork. Okay, take our pasta, adding some pasta right into our pan. So it's just about a little bit of that water going in. Pasta water is always good water. Here we have it, our pasta, and all we want to do is mix this baby up nicely. Okay, you really do not need to use the stove now. I mean, you got heat from that sauce, heat from that pasta. Okay, you want all of that tomato sauce mixed in properly with that pasta. We are using spaghetti, so it's fairly easy. If you're using like bucatini or rigatoni, then make sure that you get that nicely mixed, because you want that sauce all over, baby. Man, now we want to throw in our beautiful parmesan. Cannot wait to taste this, man. There's no need to add any salt here. I mean, the parmesan is salty, the pecorino cheese is also salty. All I want to do is close my mull up for my pepper and give it a good showering of some pepper love. God damn, people, the last bit of that parmigiano goes in. My mouth is crying for this beautiful AMATRICIANA. You're going to love making this at home. So once your pasta is nicely mixed, it's time to get your bowl. Get some beautiful pasta. Let's find some of that pork. And all we need to now do is give it some pecorino romano. And there we have it, people. Beautiful AMATRICIANA made at home. How easy was that? I mean, it looks so good. I got to say, this is one of my favorite dishes so far. So enough chit chat. Let's taste this, shall we? Oh man. Oh man. Ah, this is good, people. Gotta get a little bit messy sometimes, but it's pasta, it's tomato, and it's all Italia. And this is a squisito. So tasty. I mean, that cheese is coming through, that beautiful al dente cook on that pasta, and the beautiful pork, that tomato. God damn, it is tasty and creamy with that tomato. Man. Now all I need is a good glass of white wine and relax with my beautiful pasta. Whew, god damn. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. On the next video and the last video for season 5, we are making my most favorite dish, pizza, the most authentic pizza all the way from Naples, Napoleano. We're going to make a beautiful margarita pizza, the colors of the Italian flag. I mean, it's going to be basic ingredients, but that technique is so important and you do not want to miss out on that video because we are making pizza from scratch. So make sure to hit the notification button and I will see you on the next one.